Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Before I get into the joy of an Am I the A-hole video, I want to talk about something semi-serious, kind of, sort of, yes, no. So, as you know, on Tuesday, I posted a video talking about the little girl journey. And I was going to say, like, oh, I'm going to do updates and XYZ. I'm actually not. And here's why. Reality is, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I want to exploit this child for views, because that's not really what it's about. I wanted to talk about her story. I wanted to discuss it, not just because of her, but because it's a consistent issue, specifically with children of color, where their individuality is taken from them. And that was a really extreme case, and it could have been for a number of reasons, but that was a lot. But the fact that I had other examples in that video at the end of pictures of teachers taking away things from Black students, treating Black students poorly, doing XYZ to students of color, the fact that I had examples of that really upset me. So I wanted to discuss it, but I'm not going to sit here and talk about it and give details and all that stuff, because it's not really necessary. I shared her story. If you want to know what happened next, Google it. Hi. Oh my God, who is this? Who's that lady? This is my sister Janique. My name is Victoria. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? If you're not, what's up? Typically speaking, what I like to do on my channel are r/am I the a-hole. Sometimes I do my makeup while I talk about it. Sometimes I talk about weight loss, and sometimes I do a reaction. But today, I'm going to do an r/am I the a-hole. I'm just going to tell the story. But I want to introduce this lovely lady right here. This is my older sister Janique. I've talked about her several times on my channel. Yes, she's so damn pretty. I talk about her all the time. So this is the pretty lady I was talking about. The pinnacle of beauty. I have another sister. She hasn't been on my channel yet, but like, we'll get it together. But right now we're having sister time. We're having wine and dine, mostly just wine. Mostly just wine. On the floor. We're giving very opposite looks right now. I'm giving very lady of the night, and she's giving very lady next door. But they're friends. It's cool. So let's talk about this story. All right, so this person wants to know if they're the a-hole for making their family essentially pay for their presents.
What do you mean?
That's
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. We love questions. So here's the gist of the situation we got going on. I'm going to give a girl, her name is Sarah. Sarah's parents made sure that she had all the money in the world to go to school. Now she lives in the UK and she's on like financial aid, like FAFSA type thing. So they made sure she was straight. She don't gotta worry about nothing. Her tuition is paid for. But the thing is that the school that she goes to is in a more ritzy part of town, kind of expensive to live. And she did what a lot of people do and got pregnant. So her parents were like, that is, yep. It was the sound the straw made. Her parents were like, yeah, that money is for you. That's for school exclusively.
Not you plus one.
Not you plus one.
Or two.
That's not what we came here for, right? So she's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to have to reconfigure some things, get a job, do what I got to do. It's not like she played games. She got her stuff together, as she should have. So now the baby's like 7 months old. And we in the middle of the bid. We in the middle of a panoramic, a portfolio, a Picasso. And she's like, I'm with my kid, I'm fine. But now they're like, oh, we want to celebrate Nan's birthday. Nan is the grandma. The fact they call her Nan for some reason upset me when I was reading it. I'm not even gonna hold you. But they wanted to celebrate Nan's birthday. Nobody's seen the baby yet. The only people that have seen the baby are
COVID.
Yes, so nobody's seen the baby.
Not even on FaceTime.
I guess not. They made it seem like, oh, we never gonna see the baby. We'll get there in a second. Nobody's seen the baby, and it's just that they're like, okay, we're gonna get together with Nan at her house. Nan has this 5-bedroom house, and it's like a 3, just a big ass house. And she's like, okay, that's cool for y'all. And they're like, you're not gonna come? And she's like, no. Now I do have to say that she did say it. Everybody in the family is vaccinated.
Okay.
So it's not like they're just popping up on Nan like, how you doing? How you doing? They're not doing that. But they want to go see Nan, and she's like, can't really do that. And they're like, why not? She's like, I would have to take off of work for 1 or 2 days to go see y'all at this beach house for this unnecessary party. And so on and so forth. And parents are like, oh, well, you should let us see the baby, and so on and so forth. And she's like, sure, slide me a check. give me some money, give me some gas money, give me whatever I need, and I will gladly come. And of course, they're like, oh, you should be getting what would be our equivalent of like a financial aid check, a refund check. You should be getting that soon. And she actually got it that week. She did say that. You should be getting that soon, so you can take off of work, which I'm holding my tongue for a lot of reasons. You should be able to take off of work and come see us. And she was like, that's cute. Now the sister is a little snitch. She's a little snitch because her boyfriend goes to the same school or something like that, and he also received his financial aid check. So he told. Okay. And she was like, oh, you shouldn't be trying to make our parents pay for, you to come see us, essentially. And she says, you know what, I will gladly have a FaceTime call with you if I have the time. All right, that's cool. Like, y'all go, I'll stay. And of course they're like, oh, well, you can't mention time. Don't do that because that's very like almost gaslighty. Like, don't do that because you're making it seem like it's that big of a burden to you. And she's like, listen, I now have an appearance fee. Literally her exact words were, I have an appearance fee. You're either going to pay me to be there, you're going to either get me there and get me back, or I'm not coming. Now she wants to know, am I the a-hole for not going? She did also say that her PS at the end was that her grandmother has a big house, and they were saying, oh, why don't you just have your family come to you? She said she lives in a 1-bedroom apartment in like a not great part of the city. So she's like, it doesn't really make sense. It's not cool. So this person wants to know, is she the a-hole? How do you feel?
So, one thing I think that we need to try not to do is to count people's pockets. But there's some factors that I really don't know all the way, because it depends upon the history. Now, does she have history? This because we only know her side of the story, right? So her side of the story is, look, I'm a mom, I'm a single mom, or whatever. I got my family, and I'm working, and that's I count my dollars and my coins, and I need all my dollars and my coins. And right now, vacation is not on my radar because I got responsibilities. I respect that, but if she has a history that she doesn't recognize, in which she's been manipulative, using other people's resources, etc., and her parents are trying to push her to be more accountable, then my opinion would change. So as she presents the story, I would say she's not an a-hole. But if it ended up being where she's trifling, then she is.
I feel like, to say paid for my presence, we as sisters, we don't pay for each other's presence. I mean, I'm here, but you're not paying for my presence. I feel as though
that was rude.
What?
The way she framed that, like, you gotta pay for my presence. I mean, we've had in our family, we believe in family. If That's somebody true. Could not make it to a situation, we would put the money up for you. We literally would make sure that person got there. But if there's somebody was on some stuff, we're gonna call them out on it. But if you genuinely have a hardship, we will help you get to where, because the component of keeping family together, especially in 2021, is tough.
You gotta look out for each other.
You have to look out for each other. So but I would, if I had a sibling saying, you're gonna pay for my presence,
and it's serious, you're not joking, you're dead serious.
Have you lost your mind?
Girl, you can curse on my channel.
I'm trying to filter myself.
Oh, have you lost your fucking mind?
Thank you. Have you lost your mind? That is the rudest statement ever. It's like no lack of, you're not being humble. Now, this is Reddit, right?
Yeah. So
she might be, acting out a little bit because she doesn't expect any of her family members to read this post. But if you would have come and said, listen, I need, and two, maybe her parents can't afford it to send her. There's a lot of factors we don't know.
There are a lot of factors, but also I do have to say that the idea of, oh, we're cutting you off, and then your reasoning is because that money is for school, like that's not your grandkid. That's the thing that kind of took me by surprise. Now, we don't know how she got, we all know how she got pregnant, but we don't know how she got pregnant.
Well, that sounds like a situation where I could see a parent making that hasty decision. Not really hasty, it's probably a very thoughtful decision to cut a child off for that reason, because maybe she was partying and having too much fun.
I mean, she was living.
she was living her best life, and they're saying, well, we want you to live your best life, but we want you to do it in the way we envisioned it, which they probably wanted her to graduate first, get married. I don't know what the expectation
that's
is.
the thing about expectations, is that there's no way to fulfill them perfectly.
Correct. So they decided to take their money back, which is their right.
It is their right, but part of me is like, that's kind of messed up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you find out I'm pregnant, so you take the money away from me, and yeah, that would put you in a position of like, okay, I'm gonna have to work. But it's not like she didn't want to. I mean, nobody wants to work. But like, it's not like she was like, okay, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do, XYZ. No, she went, she got a job, she got herself together, she was like, I got a kid now. That's just it. Your life changes, you have a kid, you just had a kid.
And you can't go to everything. You know, and maybe that's something that she realized.
And she couldn't afford it.
Yeah,
so
I think if she couldn't afford it,
for her to say, I think the issue here is, yes, she's an a-hole, but she's an a-hole for her reasoning and the way she said it. If me saying, because right now I'm here babysitting, right? So me joking with her and being like, yes, you must pay for my my appearance. You want a babysitter? Pay me. But that's not, like, obviously she wouldn't have to pay me, right? Like, it's not that serious. But if I was in a situation where I was like, okay, I can't get from point A to point B, can you help me? I know she would. But for me to demand that from her, you want a babysitter, you finna pay me, that's not the same thing. Two different things, right?
It's not what you say.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's for you to say, oh, now I have an appearance fee. Bitch, for what? You're not that special. We want you there, but not really. Like,
listen, I would have drove past her crib, say, hey, I understand you gotta work, we'll take the baby. Where's the baby? If she working, where is the baby?
Right, who has the baby?
Who has the baby?
That's fair.
Who has the baby? They just want to see the baby anyway.
Right,
so,
they don't really want to see you.
Let me come and pick up my grandbaby. You working? Okay, Keisha, we'll see you in a couple of days. We'll send you some pictures of FaceTime.
That's tough as hell.
But you know, I get it. With COVID, you still have to be careful because, you know, the vaccine is for adults. They have not validated
a vaccine
for babies yet. So you got to take precautions. But I'm just saying, if it wasn't a COVID scenario, I'm drop by and get the baby.
Right. I'm dropping by for Junior. All right. It's not. We don't really need you. I understand. Now, please no, we're joking, right? We're not just gonna take somebody's baby. I'm not just gonna snag a baby. I watch babies all the time. I don't want to snag a baby. But in that situation, I just kind of feel like, you know what they're asking for. You know what their intention is when they're saying, hey, can you come to XYZ? Now, it's understandable. You don't want to take off of work. You don't got the time. You don't got the money, XYZ, whatever the case may be. That money, that's what I was saying earlier, holding my tongue. That money that you get, that's yours. Whatever you do with, and your time, that's yours. So whatever you do with it, that's your business. Do I think it's right for you to say I'm charging an appearance fee? Like, who the hell are you, Lady Gaga? Like, what do you want? An appearance fee? RuPaul? Who? I don't understand what that statement means. But for somebody to watch your pockets for you and say, oh, you can afford to take a day off work, how do you know that?
Right. How do you know what I'm going to do with my check?
You don't know what my bills look like.
You don't know, maybe I have plans. Maybe there are other priorities for my money outside of spending family time. So
you don't know what my bills look like. You don't know what my textbooks look like. You don't know what my anything looks like, seeing as you haven't seen me in 7 months. You haven't seen my child in 7 months. So the fact that you say, like, oh, you can afford XYZ, you don't know what I can afford. You don't know what I could or can't afford. I could take off 2 days of work and lose my job. So that doesn't make sense to me. Overall, though, is she an a-hole? I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to just say yes, because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Sure, you can joke around and say I have an appearance fee. Jimmy Fallon, when you have me on your show, I have an appearance fee.
Mm-hmm.
I have an appearance fee. Clearly, I'm joking, because I have no intention of going on Jimmy Fallon. Unless, just put it in the atmosphere. Just saying.
That would be dope.
That would be pretty dope. But if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I'm clearly joking, right? But for me, that doesn't make any sense. For her to be on my channel and demand an appearance fee, that wouldn't make any sense. You can demand it here and here.
The hell?
That's your appearance fee. But so yes, are you an a-hole? Yeah, you are, because you're not thinking about other people. You're not considering other things. They might not be able, just like you might not be able to afford it, they might not be able to afford it. So really, everybody's the a-hole. You can't a-hole. You can't demand somebody's time or their money on either side.
I'm in agreement.
So-
I'm in agreement. Yep. And if you trifling and you lying and you can't afford it, but you just don't want to go, you trifling as hell too. You might as well just tell them I don't want to go.
Right. Just tell, that's another thing. If you don't want to go, just say that.
Just say you don't want to go.
You don't want your grandbaby around Nan? Just say that. Damn. Don't put Nan on the spot like that. Jesus Christ. But this has been the video. I may film another video. I have yet to fully decide. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. But if you like this, make sure you leave a like. Leave a comment down below what you thought. Share this video with your friends. I make videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. I don't really know if I have a monthly goal yet, because I reached my monthly goal yesterday. So just subscribe.
Yeah, because she's really dope and entertaining, honestly, because I'm a critic.
She is. I'm so All right. This was wonderful. Thank you for being on my channel, sister.
Thank you.
I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.